Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Jake Paul signs British World Champion as 3 fights added to Katie Taylor vs Amanda Serrano undercard. Scotney, 10-0, has taken her first assignment under Paul's promotional outfit in the form of a unification clash with WBC super bantamweight queen Yamileth Mercado, 24-3. The pair will duke it out on an all-women's card on July 11 at Madison Square Garden, headlined by Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano's much-anticipated trilogy bout. What MVP is doing for women's boxing is changing the game, and I'm proud to be part of it, said Scotney, fighting on the main card of Taylor vs Serrano 3 at Madison Square Garden. Live on Netflix in another unification fight. Is a massive moment in my career, but it is one I know I am ready for. Yamileth Mercado might be the longest reigning champion in our division right now, but on July the 11th I'll be showing why I'm the number 1 at 122 wolves, and moving one step closer to becoming the undisputed champion. Sharing this card with inspirations like Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano makes this even more meaningful, and I want to leave my own mark on a special night. My whole career has been based in the UK, but I'm ready to make a statement on the biggest of stages and show the world what I can do. Scotney, who snatched the IBF super featherweight title from Chernica Johnson in 2023 before adding the WBO belt to her collection by overcoming Ségolène Lefebvre 1 year later, is not the only fighter to ink a deal with MVP. The Brit is joined by IBF bantamweight titleist Sharetta Metcalf, 14-4-1. WBA interim featherweight titleist Jennifer Miranda, 12-0. And fast-rising featherweight Elizabeth Oshoba, 9-0, as MVP continues to add to its female roster. This comes 1 month after undisputed super featherweight champion Alicia Baumgardner, 15-1, signed with Paul and Nakisa Badarian's company. She has since been added to the Taylor vs Serrano II bill as chief support in a fight against Jennifer Miranda, 12-0, while the rest of the card is starting to shape up nicely. Headlining the preliminary section will be a bantamweight unification contest between WBC and WBO champion Dina Thorsland, 23-0, and IBF title holder Sharetta Metcalf, 14-4-1. Below them, two-time Canadian Olympian and world amateur champion Tam Thibault, 2-0, has been added to the prelims against top-rated super middleweight Mary Casamassa, 6-0. Once the stacked undercard is completed, all eyes will turn to Taylor vs Serrano II. Taylor eked past Serrano via split decision in front of a packed-out MSG crowd in their inaugural encounter back in April 2022. Their rematch then acted as chief support for Paul and Mike Tyson's Netflix spectacle last November. Taylor beat Serrano on points again, albeit controversially, with a record-breaking 74 million people tuning in to watch the action unfold. Now they will settle their score once and for all in a money-spinning rubber match that marks the highest ever paydays dished out to 2 female fighters. Jake signs British World Champion as 3 fights added to Katie Taylor vs Amanda Serrano undercard. When Jake Paul made his transition from YouTube sensation to professional boxer, many were skeptical. Critics argued he was more interested in making headlines than in mastering the sweet science of boxing. But as his journey continues, Paul has not only proved himself as a legitimate fighter, but also as a savvy businessman, one with a keen eye for making waves in the sport. In an unexpected yet exciting move, Jake Paul has now signed a British World Champion, adding another layer of intrigue to his growing boxing empire. In the wake of this news, 3 major fights have been confirmed for the undercard of the highly anticipated Katie Taylor vs Amanda Serrano rematch, a fight that will already be a landmark moment in boxing history. The question on everyone's mind, however, is how Paul, now more involved in promoting the sport than ever, will elevate these fights to new heights and contribute to shaping boxing's future. A new signing. The British World Champion. Jake Paul's signing of a British World Champion marks a significant leap in his boxing venture. The boxer in question is none other than John Ryder, the WBA super middleweight title holder, who has made waves in the division in recent years. Ryder, who has fought some of the biggest names in boxing, including Canelo Alvarez and Callum Smith, has now committed to a partnership with Paul's promotional company, Most Valuable Promotions, MVP. This move takes Jake Paul's approach to boxing promotion to the next level. No longer content with simply being a fighter, Paul has expanded his scope, using his platform and business acumen to sign some of the top talents in the sport. The signing of Ryder is a big deal, as it brings a seasoned world champion under Paul's banner, one with both credibility and a fierce reputation. For Paul, this isn't just about his personal fights. It's about establishing MVP as a force in the world of boxing promotions. Ryder, who was born and raised in London, brings both experience and an international fan base to MVP, along with the potential for future title defenses and big money matchups. His style, known for being aggressive and relentless, aligns perfectly with Paul's mission to make boxing exciting for a younger, more dynamic audience. Together, they have the opportunity to change the landscape of boxing promotions, and with Ryder already a world champion, the potential for success is high. The undercard, adding firepower to Taylor vs. Serrano via Katie Taylor vs. Amanda Serrano tie, is already a massive event on its own. The first fight between these two icons in 2022 was a historic moment for women's boxing, setting a new standard for the sport and proving that female athletes can headline major events. But for the rematch, Paul has decided to make things even bigger by adding 3 compelling fights to the undercard, each with the potential to steal a show in its own right. The first match announced is a middleweight bout featuring Demetrius Andrade, the former WBO middleweight champion, known for his slick skills and unbeaten record, has been a perennial contender in the division. Andrade's ability to outbox opponents with his sharp, fluid style makes him one of the most dangerous fighters in the middleweight ranks. Fans have been clamoring for him to face top-tier competition, and Jake Paul has made sure to bring him into the fold with this event. Andrade's presence on the undercard adds a level of prestige to the event, and his fight will surely garner attention from boxing purists and casual fans alike. Next up is a light heavyweight showdown between 2 rising stars, Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith. Buatsi, a former Olympic bronze medalist, has been climbing the ranks in the light heavyweight division, displaying a blend of power and precision. Smith, who once held the WBA light heavyweight title, is looking to prove he still belongs at the top after a mixed string of results in recent years. The pairing of these 2 fighters promises fireworks, with both men known for their explosive power and aggressive fighting styles. It's a fight that could easily determine the next challenger for a world title, and one that will certainly add to the event's star power. The third fight added to the undercard features the return of the popular Terry Flanagan, a former world lightweight champion. Flanagan has been out of the spotlight for a little while, but remains a dangerous fighter in the ring. With his southpaw style and unorthodox technique, Flanagan is the kind of fighter who thrives in high-pressure situations. His comeback fight on the undercard of such a monumental event will give fans a chance to rediscover his unique style and see whether he can reclaim a place in the lightweight rankings.